far eastern edge of Coyote. Southern eastern edge. Road right here. There's a motorcycle. Owens Valley. White Mountain in the distance. And we've got these mountains here. Big Pine Creek is over this way. Cow Creek is down here. Baker Creek is just at the bottom where the trees are. I'm going to be looking for a sheltered camp location. Plenty of rocks here. Very unique terrain. Boulders just sitting upright up here. Almost like the Lord of the Rings. Fabulous terrain here. Yeah. It's really windy. Oh yeah. It's gonna get colder too. Down to 35 or so degrees, maybe freezing up here tonight. And that wind chill is gonna be intense. And I'll be in this tent. I brought the 4-season tent so I could shut out the wind. I brought my heavier bag, bigger bag, so that I could carry 4 liters of water. I didn't want to deal with collecting water for a couple of days, maybe the whole trip. Just gonna chill here for a while, maybe go out exploring. Gonna get some sunlight here in a little while, it'll help warm it up. Pretty chilly. Chilly last night. I know it's getting close to freezing when my nose gets cold. And really thankful for this sun. Really thankful that that wind has died down. Pretty much died when the sun was almost done. We had a marmot squeaking over here. I had a chipmunk freak out and scare me this morning. Other than that, it was really quiet back here. This is kind of an obscure spot, dead end road, and not too many people come to. If they do, I don't think they camp back here. I haven't seen many signs of campsites. And I'm relocating to the opposite side of this Coyote location. So this is just beyond where I ski camped with Clark a month or so ago. It's at the exact opposite corner of this Coyote expanse. Basically the northwest side. And this is almost a saddle between Bishop Creek and Coyote Creek, because there's a road that goes all the way through from one to the other. And this is also a camping bucket list location. I've always been wanting to camp up here, and it's a pretty big space. Many camping opportunities up here with views south, southwest, west, north. When I get up on top of something, you'll see. Last night's camping location was also a bucket list camping location. So I've hit two places here on this trip. And this is a somewhat decently sheltered space for the tent. Real comfy. It's a perfect fit. And the wind was coming from this way, so these trees here clump it and block it. And I've been just sitting here, looking in every direction. It's amazing that I can be here. It's amazing that my life brought me here. What choices I made to actually get here. And how can I not just sit here in awe at the beauty? Do I count myself fortunate? I think so. Dinner was pretty tasty. What I've been doing recently is taking these epic meat bars, and this one happens to be chicken, egg yolk, and apple. It's a fairly large piece. I've been cutting those up into small pieces and mixing them in with my ramen. Tonight was a chicken flavor ramen. Turned out pretty nice. I had a purple potato cut up in there and dehydrated cherry tomatoes. It's a real kick. And this time it worked out just right because I didn't have too much water, barely enough water, and those noodles steamed instead of boiled, and they were real tasty. And my Vargo stove, I think, works more efficiently on top of a rock. So there we have it. Dinner with the CT. Hey friend, come on now. There he is. Come on now. Look, he's so quiet too. Man, how are you so good at that? Come on now. Hello. Hello. Look at that guy. Ain't he pretty, huh? He was back looking for treasure. Mr. Bunny, huh? Or is he Gray Boy? Well, he's definitely a jackalope. Look at those ears. It's pretty cool, that jackalope rabbit came right up to me within like 4 feet of me. And I said, "Hey, can I take your picture?" And so I got up to get my camera, and he made this big circle loop around my camp, and he came back up over here. It looked like he was eating like some roots or something. Last night there was an owl, probably like 3:30 in the morning, in one of these trees, just non-stop hooting. That was nice. And the morning was chilly for sure. I had this perfect sun collector here. It was easily 70 degrees eventually when it was still like 45 out here. It was a great night, great morning. That's a Clark's nutcracker. He's been hanging out there for quite a while. Totally interested in what I'm doing. Might even be trying to mimic me talking. These birds were all over this morning. Just at sunrise, making a racket. They would land, I could hear them landing all over, real close, and then they'd fly away. Yes. So I'm wrapping up this trip. Real nice, quiet location. Peaceful. It's been a difficult summer. Well, the beginning of summer, the end of spring, with getting wilderness permits. The office is closed. The visitor centers are all closed. Now maybe they might be opening up. Previously, I could get my permit the day of, or the day before, by just going in there, telling them where I wanted to go, if there was availability, and get a printout. That'd be done. Sometimes it would take, 5 minutes. Sometimes it would take a half an hour because of all the people. So now it's done on the internet, and you have to have a fast enough computer for the checkout process, which I started to fill one out, and they wanted $14, which I've never had to pay to get into any of these wildernesses. And I always close the window at that point. Here it is, fucking coronavirus, and everybody's laid off. Things are coming around, and the government Forest Service wants money for permits all of a sudden. I don't know. I might just try to get into some of these places without the permit. And most likely, if there's a government Forest Service truck at the trailhead, well then there's got to be someone in there looking for permits. It's a tricky deal, because I've got like 10 places I want to go, and that's $150 for just 2 months of getting into nature, which I can't justify that. So maybe it'll just be things like this, not necessarily backpacking on overused hiking trails.